a $1.5 million taxpayer bill for 75 public servants to attend the UN Climate Change Summit, an average cost of 20 grand a head. Sound crazy? It is, but that's exactly what the total came to for our bureaucrats to go to this summit in Azerbaijan. Joining me now is the Daily Telegraph's Tim Blair. Tim, it is always great to see you, but this takes climate insanity to a whole new low, or should I say high, as in a high cost to us, the taxpayer.
I just love this scam, and I hate myself for not getting on this bandwagon. It's so beautifully composed, Caroline. You know, they've decided, that a variable system called the weather is going to keep being variable, and until it's not variable, they need to study this. They need to go to all these great overseas things, and they need to be paid a lot of money until it stops being variable, which will never happen. The weather's never going to be fixed in ways that they wish it would be. It's just going to keep being weather, because that's what weather is. In the meantime, the money just keeps rolling in.
But also the irony, they're flying there, presumably on a plane. I mean, they're not taking a rowboat over, and all these carbon emissions, they're certainly not helping things if these climate alarmists are to be believed.
No, well, that's the other great thing about our climate alarmist friends, is that when they're not flying, they're living in their mansions, which are typically on the coasts. I mean, Al Gore, the granddaddy of them all, has got a mansion in California, which is right on the coast. Kevin Rudd, Julie Gillard, those famous Australian climate activists, they're not living in the inland away from the rising seas. They're right there, helping us maybe, protecting us from the rising waters.
Oh, it's very selfless of them, really. Tim, you wrote an unmissable piece in the Daily Telegraph called "Hamas Lied, Media Complied. Media spin on October 7 massacre puts Jewish lives at risk." Now, I've personally lost count of the number of times the media has quoted Hamas's own figures and statements uncritically, even when they defy plausibility entirely. Why do you think there is such a gullibility there?
It's a willful gullibility, isn't it, Caroline? It gives credibility to a bunch of psychopathic lunatics who kill and rape and kidnap and slaughter people, and then they turn around and say, "Well, let's hear what these guys have to say about their own death tolls." Yeah. No, they're insane degenerates. This would be the equivalent in the World War II of taking the propaganda of, say, a Tokyo Rose, for example, and running that on the front page as an acceptable source. No, it should be easy for the media to make a value judgment here and put Hamas's words, at least put a few question marks around them and express some doubt about the source.
I also played an example earlier in the show of how Channel 9 platformed this radical protest leader, Mohammed Sharab. They called him a leader of anti-genocide marches. That's how they referred the pro-Palestinian marches, and that they were mostly peaceful. Meanwhile, the guy's awaiting trial. We can't talk about it too much, obviously, legal issues for kidnap and assault. He's made some very objectionable statements calling for death on the streets of Melbourne. I mean, there's a lot to be said about how the media also treat these pro-Palestinian marches happening here and some of the leaders behind it.
Oh, yeah, it's all, freedom and liberty, and, it's all couched in terms that everyone would find acceptable. We all like freedom, but it's the fact that drill down even a millimetre into the details here, and it's a little bit of a different story. Drill down a few more millimetres, and you get to the tunnels under Gaza, where we still have kidnapped victims. So, no respect and no credibility to them.
It's always they find this sudden respect for freedom of speech when it's on their side of politics and their views.